Hello, everybody. My name is Eric D. Johnson, also known as BrightShine. They're right here in the city of Memphis, in the county sheriff. It's in the state of Tennessee. Today's date is early Monday morning, September the 12th, 2022. And the time is 12:19 a.m. First, say thank you to all my fans, my support for your continued encouragement support. Continue to keep myself employed right in the Memphis tri-state area. Continue to further my education, moral college online. Continue to pursue my social degree, studying being administrative contract tomorrow. At the present time, took a break and going to school in the very near future. I will be going back to moral college online. Continue to pursue my social degree, studying being administrative contract tomorrow. Now, let me start my Facebook Live. Hello, everybody. My name is Eric D. Johnson, also known as BrightShine. They're right here in the city of Memphis, in the county sheriff, the state of Tennessee. Today's date is early Monday morning, September the 12th, 2022. The time is 12:20 a.m. First, say thank you to all my fans, my support. So you continue to support, continue to keep myself employed right here in this Memphis tri-state area. Continue to further my education, moral college online. Continue to pursue my social research, being administrative contract tomorrow. It's present time to take a break and go to school in the very near future. I will be going back to moral college online. Continue to pursue my social research, being administrative contract tomorrow. Now, what you see in front of you: anti-gang, anti-Gnostic, anti-hazing. Also, adversus heresies. Translated mean against heresies. Saint Irenaeus, the Bishop of Lyon, together with Saint Ignatius, the Bishop of Antioch, together they wrote a 5-volume book titled Adversus Heresies, translated mean against heresies. Also, Saint Athanasius, the Bishop of Alexandria, in the year 367 AD, in his 39th festal letter, Easter letter, banned all non-Christian writing. Them Gnostic theologians were doing all that writing, all that Gnostic writing. It was banned. St. Athanasius, the Bishop of Alexandria, together with all the other bishops in the Catholic Church, they collected all that Gnostic writing and destroyed it. All that non-Christian writing was collected and destroyed. Now, in 1945, the little farm boy in Nagamata, Egypt, was outside playing, found the Nagamata libraries, some leftover Gnostic writing that should have been destroyed in 367 AD with the other Gnostic writing, but wasn't. So that was that Nagamata library, some leftover Gnostic writing that didn't get destroyed in 367 AD by St. Athanasius, the Bishop of Alexandria, and the other Catholic bishops in the Catholic Church. Also, St. Epiphanius of Salome, the Bishop of Cyprus, wrote a 3-volume book titled Panarium, Greek, Panarium, Latin, translated mean bread basket. Scholars also said that St. Epiphanius of Salome, Bishop of Cyprus, 3-volume book is also adversus heresies, against heresies. Now, Merriam-Webster's third New International Dictionary. Esoteric and exoteric. Now, Oxford English Dictionary is going to tell you the same thing, that esoteric is Greek as well as Latin. And it means eso within, into, and more in. And when it comes to exoteric, it's going to tell you, Oxford English Dictionary is going to tell you the same thing. There's a Greek word, and it's also Latin. Exotericus, Greek, exoterikos, literally external. From exotero, more outside. Compared to exo, outside. So more exo. Now, when you break it down, like I said, Oxford English Dictionary is going to tell you the same thing. There's a Greek word and it's a Latin word. That's what it means. Inside, esoteric, inside, internal, and exoteric, outside, external. And esoteric and exoteric. So like I said, the Greek, the Oxford English Dictionary is going to tell you the same thing. And so, and now when you break it down, esoteric and exoteric, like I've been showing you, the Merriam-Webster, online dictionary, and the Oxford Language Dictionary, as well as the dictionary/thesaurus.com. When you break esoteric and exoteric, you find all that Middle English, Old English, and so on and so forth. And then they try to tell you that all that that Western esotericism, you put that ISM in that IST. For example, esotericism and esotericist. You put that ISM on the end and that IST on the end, that suffix on the end. Rejecting knowledge. Rejecting knowledge. Rejecting knowledge. Rejecting knowledge. The Almighty Vice Lord, Four Corner Hustle. The Almighty Black Prince Stone. The Almighty Black Disciple, Poppy. The Almighty Mickey Cobra, Kraken. Lord, the Bluefin Black Disciple, the Black Disciples. The Lord Stone Disciples. 7-Eleven, G Killer. The history of the city of Chicago. It's important. You have these imitators like the so-called Bloodstone villain in the limestone. See, the history of the city of Chicago, see, in and everything you see people do, it be because of the history of the city of Chicago. The so-called Crip gang, Blood gang, the history of the city of Chicago. See, all the folks and the my people talking about some so-called supreme gangsters in black gangster new breed, and then later on in 90 came the insane gangster disciples. See, all that Western esotericism, Western mystery tradition. The so-called Nag Hammadi Library trying to use some leftover Gnostic writing that them Gnostic theologians was writing that didn't get destroyed, that the little farm boy over in Nag Hammadi Egypt found. You thought you could get away with trying to use that as a way to go around and victimizing innocent men, women, and children. Well, whatever you thought you had got away with, you didn't get away with. You didn't get away. And what does it mean to get away in this situation? On this particular issue, what do it mean to get away? For example, all this period of time from 1945 up until now. Now, don't forget the pre-1945 discovery of the Nag Hammadi Library. All that Western esotericism, Western mystery tradition, all that esotericism, all that exotericism, all of that so-called Gnostic and ism. See, what do it mean to get away? See, if you still hanging around, you still alive, and call yourself trying to victimize innocent men, women, and children, that's basically what it means. You call yourself trying to be around the city of Chicago as well as the surrounding states. And you going around trying to talk to people about the Nag Hammadi Library, talking about some Gnosticism. Talking about some Western mystery tradition, some Western esotericism, exotericism, some inside outside, some internal external, some lies. Because that's what it is. All lies. What do it mean to get away? You still walking around talking about you're a gangster disciple. You still walking around talking about some black gangster new breed. You still walking around talking about some insane gangster disciple. What do it mean to get away? You still walking around trying to commit crimes. You call yourself trying to use hand signs. Call yourself trying to use them hand signs like you trying to disrespect the Vice Lord. You trying to disrespect the Black Prince Stone. You trying to disrespect the Black Disciples. You trying to disrespect other people. What do it mean to get away? What do it mean to get away? That's the reason why you had the Crip gang and the Blood gang walking around, because you thought you could get away. That's what you thought you could get away. That's the reason why you call yourself having this bloodstone villain walking around, this limestone walking around. You thought you could get away. But you didn't get away. You didn't get away. It may take a little time, but you didn't get away. You ain't gonna keep on walking your ass around not getting killed. You ain't gonna keep on walking around not getting killed. See, that's what I wanted to make absolutely certain. Want to be absolutely sure that the sorority and the fraternity, the sohos and the frat bitches, you can't make up no more lies. I mean, can't stop you from lying. I mean, you can sit up in the house by your damn self in the backyard, or, you could be sitting in your car lying. But one thing for sure, you got a big damn target on your back. You got a big target on your back, Soho and fat bitch. You got a big ass target on your back. See, on these streets, what you thought you got away with, you ain't gonna never say that no more. You ain't gonna never walk around and think you ain't gonna get killed. You ain't gonna never do that. You thought you could get away. You so worried about your job. You so worried about what kind of music they play at the radio station. You so worried about other people living in the city of Memphis, who somebody listening to. Well, you can quit worrying about who somebody listening to. What you ought to be worried about how many days you got to live. Because you ain't going to live. You got a big target on your back. You got a big target on your back. You're a Gnostic. You're an esotericist. Trying to propagate Western esotericism. Western mystery tradition. You got a big target on your back. See, yesterday you thought you could get away. You thought you could get away. But you won't thought you ain't gonna walk around and thought you could get away. Never again. You ain't gonna never think you got away. Because see, Eric made absolutely certain. Eric made absolutely certain. Eric made sure. Man, you ain't got nothing to say. You ain't got nothing to say. You just go around lying. That's all you do is lie. So now that you've been exposed, you got a big target on your back. You got a big target on your back. It's a strong possibility your ass gonna get killed on these streets. It's a strong possibility your ass gonna get killed on these streets. You won't thought you got away no more. That's a guarantee. You won't never think you thought you got away. Never again. You can make up all the goddamn lies all you want. It ain't gonna make no difference. It ain't gonna be no change. You got a big target on your back. It's a strong possibility your ass gonna get killed on these streets. That's for sure. You're gonna get killed. Want to get you right now. Hey, like I told you, like I've been telling you, the only reason you still alive is because the police. That's the truth. That's the absolutely truth. The only reason you still alive is the police. That's the only reason. Because it ain't nothing else that got to be investigated. See, you can try to make up any lie you want. You can talk about modern paganism. You can talk about the New Age. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, you just lying. You got a big target on your back. And your ass going to get killed on these streets. And going around talking about you got a job, going to work, your place of employment, you're going to get your ass killed on these streets. I'm telling you. You're going to get killed. And that includes the state trooper, the sheriff's department, police department, worried about your job, worried about your pension plan, worried about your 401k plan. I'm telling you, your ass going to get killed on these streets. You're going to get killed on these streets. Talking about some Western mystery tradition. Talking about some damn Western esotericism. Yeah, talking about some exotericism. You're going to get your ass killed on these streets. I'm telling you. You don't get away with horse playing with other people, man. You don't get away with doing, no. Absolutely not. Just going around making up lies. Now you might think that you might slide by. I mean, of course, you can't go around and kill everybody. Oh, hell, Because some people on my side. Some people on my side, so you can't kill everybody. But I guarantee you this. There's a whole lot of people gonna get the message. Goddamn, your ass didn't get away from wrong you done. You thought you got away? You didn't get away. I'm telling you thought you got away? No, you ain't get away. You ain't get away with the wrong you done. I'm telling you gonna be walking your ass around thinking you got away. Don't get your ass, I'm telling you. You don't get away with doing nothing like that, man. Like I said on my previous video, man, I ain't forgetting. You thought I forgot a whole lot of people? Before 1945? No, I ain't forget. Because first of all, I didn't forget my granddad. I didn't forget my grandmama. On my dad's side and my mom's side, I didn't forget. I be walking around mad all damn day. Wake up in the morning mad, go to bed mad. No, I ain't forget. I ain't forget. It's a whole lot of other people I didn't forget. I ain't forget. So you may have thought you can go around telling lies, but I guarantee you, there's gonna come a day you gonna get the message loud and clear. You're gonna get the message loud and clear. You don't no. Absolutely not. You're going to get the message loud and clear. It ain't no such thing as no demiurge. There ain't no such thing as no narcissism, man. You can just make up all that homosexual, gay, bisexual, transgender, transsexual, queer. You can talk about God, and you can sit around talking about the material world evil. You lying. You lying. There's no such thing. It ain't no such thing. You just lying. So when it comes to the history of the city of Chicago, see what I just got through saying. That's a lot to deal with, because there's a lot of people before 1945. Like I said, I didn't forget. Before the 1945 discovery of the Nagamon Library, all that Western esotericism, Western mystical tradition, they were born and raised when the Western esotericism, Western mystical tradition was being espoused. And it's still being espoused today. But it also includes the Nagamon Library. The 1945 discovery of the Nagamon Library. People seem to think that they can victimize others, innocent men, women, and children. They think they can get away with destroying wildlife, nature, and the environment. All this ground pollution, water pollution, air pollution, and noise pollution. Trying to destroy the North Pole and the South Pole. Violating civil rights and human rights. Now you may have thought you can get away with it. I mean, you know. Like all other things, you know. But that's not what you're going to get away with. No. The history of the city of Chicago. Now see, that's my dad, Chester Johnson Jr., passed away in 2012. And that's my mother, Annabelle Johnson. I go and visit her every day. She had got ill. And so I go and visit her every day. And also, that's my Uncle Lemuel Johnson. That's my dad's little brother. And so my granddad, Chester Johnson Sr., from Mississippi. My dad, Chester Johnson Jr., he the oldest of my granddad's children. And Lemuel, he the second oldest of my granddad's children. Now my grandma, my dad, Chester Johnson Jr., he the oldest of my grandmama's children. And my Uncle Lemuel, he the second oldest of my grandmama's children. And my grandma, she from Mississippi also. Now, Chester and Lemuel had a little brother named Walter, my Uncle Walter. Born right here in the city of Memphis. Was living in the city of Chicago up until the day he passed away. And as well as my grandma. My grandma passed away when she was living in Chicago. And she passed away in the city of Chicago. Grandma had a daughter, my Aunt Virgin May. She's my grandma's fourth child. And also, grandma had a son, my Uncle James Demo, living in Mississippi until the day he passed away. Now my Aunt Virgin May, she was born in Mississippi and was living in the city of Chicago till the day she passed away. Now grandma had a son, Burley Jr., and he was living in the city of Chicago up until the day he passed away. So it's a lot of history of the city of Chicago is right there in front of you. And so you can sit around and tell all them damn lies all you want. But like I've been constantly telling you, you ain't gonna get away with lying. You ain't gonna never get away with lying. You ain't gonna never get away with lying. Never. See, you talk about the history of the city of Chicago. My daddy and my Uncle Lemmy were living right down here in the city of Memphis. But just like I told you, he had little sisters and little brothers who were living in the city of Chicago. See, there's a lot of other people who were living in the city of Chicago who knew my dad, who knew my Uncle Lemmy. See, it's a whole lot of history. And then you gonna try to lie. The nag of my library. Well, you may have thought you got away. You may have thought you got away. But from this day forward, there ain't no such thing as getting away. It ain't no such thing as you not getting killed. It ain't no such thing. Because first of all, you ain't nobody to be afraid of. You ain't nobody to be scared of. And also, going around making up these different groups. You can call yourself the Supreme Gangster. You can call yourself the Gangster Disciple. You can call yourself the Black Gangster New Breed. You can call yourself the Insane Gangster. You can call yourself an independent gang, whatever the hell you say. It ain't gonna make no difference. It ain't gonna make no difference. You ain't gonna never get away. And like I told you, what do it mean to get away? Apparently, if you ain't got killed yet, you make it sound like you got away. But there ain't no damn time limit. There ain't no time limit. Hell, I got all the time I need. I got all the time I need. So like I told you, there ain't no such thing as getting away. There ain't no such thing as not getting killed. Because talking about some gangster disciple, some insane gangster disciple, talking about some black gangster new breed, you be the last goddamn to be walking around talking about you got away. You be, no, hell no. Talking about some nag, trying to use a nag in my library, talking about some Western esoteric, that read, it made certain. It made sure. No. They talking about some Crip gang, blood gang. It made certain. It made sure. So you can sit around and look for the solos and the fat bitch. I'm going to be doing the same thing. You got a big target on your back. You thought you got away? You ain't going to never say you got away. Never. You ain't going to never say, I got away. No. Because that was wrong. If you still breathing, talking about you got away, and I'm hearing people walking around saying you, pointing you out, and you still walking around, because I know what's going to happen. It always happens. People start talking about other people, what you said and what you did. When other people get killed, people get worried. They know they coming. They coming. Because they know. Goddamn. Talking about worrying about some who music you play at the radio station. Well, I guess the disc jockey, I guess your ass must have thought you got away. Well, I'm going to tell you this. You can forget about worrying about getting away. You know goddamn well this ain't right. Well, ain't no need you sitting around worrying about not getting killed. Because you ain't nobody to think you gonna make me take something off you. You got another thing coming. You ain't nobody. You ain't nobody. You ain't nobody to be afraid of. You ain't nobody to be scared of. You can walk your head around talking about some bloodstone villain, some limestone, all you want. But I guarantee you this. You ain't gonna never say that you got away. I guarantee you. You'll never say that. Gonna light your ass up on these streets. Gonna light your ass up. And I guarantee you won't be worried about no music, playing no East Coast music, playing no music from Ohio. I guarantee you won't be doing that no more. I guarantee you. Gonna light your goddamn ass up. Gonna show you. Gonna show you. You can be sitting around talking about some Soho fat bitch all you want, but I guarantee your ass won't be walking around talking you got away. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. You won't be walking around talking you got away. Gonna get you away from here. Cause man, no. Ain't no such thing. From this point on, it ain't no need. I already made certain. I already made sure. You can try to make up some more lies. It won't work. It won't work. It's gonna be the same result. You gonna get your ass killed. You gonna get killed. You gonna get killed. No matter what you try, you gonna get killed. See, it's so important when you know the history of the city of Chicago, when you know the history of the folk organizations, the different groups. A lot of them guys were the same guys. See, a lot of them, before all these folks and my people, see, it was just a lot of guys hanging with each other in certain neighborhoods, and all these guys all knew each other. That was the man Black Soul gonna tell you, that was the Boss Pips gonna tell you the same damn thing. Before all these people started grouping up, calling themselves the folks, and all the other groups got together, calling themselves the my people, a lot of people already knew who each other was. So it never was no such thing, the folk versus my people, and the my people versus folks. See, when you don't tell the truth, when you lie, that's where that come from. But like all that lying though, it ain't no get you nowhere but get you killed, man. Because it's gonna be a whole lot of animosity, like it is now. Because people gonna be talking about things that happened in the past that people thought they got away with. It's important. Because people base their lives today based on things that happened yesterday. It's important. See, people always trying to say certain things that happened in the past, they don't want to happen no more. So they always study the past. People don't like forgetting the past. That's one of the main reasons. Because it's some stuff that people did that were wrong. They don't want that stuff to happen no more. So people always try to remember the past. And of course, like for example, yesterday, September the 11th, people don't want to forget September 11th. They don't never want to forget September 11th because they don't want it to happen no more. What happened on September the 11th? The World Trade Center got hit by some hijacked airliners. It's a terrorist attack. The Pentagon building got hit by some hijacked airliners. It was a terrorist attack. People don't want to forget September 11th. Absolutely not. They'll never forget September 11th. Never. Nobody wants that to happen ever again. There's a lot of things that happened in the past that wasn't necessarily bad or something. I mean, people don't want to forget that either. Sometimes it was some good things, like somebody may have discovered gold, silver. There was some good things that happened in the past. People don't want to forget because they want to learn from it and build upon it. People don't want to forget. Look, I don't have that much time today. I had to work. Well, today early Monday, not Sunday, but Saturday. I had to work Saturday morning, so that's the reason why I'm doing my video. But look, I'm gonna come back next time when I have a little more time, like I had last weekend. And I know that when I did my video last weekend, I know I did share it, but I know it had some little technical issues. I'm still, I'm gonna get it worked out. Last weekend, well, it was kind of a hectic week. So, but I'm gonna get my video to working like it's supposed to, and of course this video is recording. But like I said, last week was a kind of busy week, and so but like I said, my video for some apparent reason had some kind of technical, but I'm gonna get it worked out. Absolutely, man. No. And so I'm gonna get ready. Before I end my video, I gotta find a newspaper. And let me say this: while I'm in the process of looking for a newspaper, I already know what's been reported in the news, as usual. Fox News and CNN News trying to report over there in the Ukraine that the so-called Ukrainian counter offensive, they're trying to take back some territory and all this, but the Russian military retreated back, pulled back. And so when you pull back, when you retreat, you had your forces, and instead of losing your force, you retreat. You still have those forces. So you can't never really depend on, claiming you had a victory, and then on the other side they retreated and they regrouped. So you can anticipate the same thing to counter your counteroffensive. It's gonna be you know, it's gonna be war, you know. Like I said, I gotta find me a newspaper, you know. Let me see here. What's the name? Monday. Yeah. Okay, let me see here. Okay, let me see. Well, I know I don't have that much time today, but I'm gonna read this newspaper. It's a Russian newspaper, Pravda. Then I also read TASS, but Pravda got a lot of good information. Let me read this. Like I said, I'm on the Russian newspaper, Pravda. And one of the stories, Russia said there's no talk about Kiev's breakthrough in counter-offensive. Russian ambassador to the United Nations, Vasily Nebenzia, commented on the counter-offensive of the armed forces of Ukraine. At a meeting of the United Nations Security Council, the ambassador denied reports about Kiev's success in the counteroffensive, said that there was no talk of any breakthrough of the armed forces of Ukraine. According to Nebenzia, the administration of Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky trying to create at least the appearance of the country's bid to attack, which was beneficial for Kyiv in light of the recent meeting of NATO defense ministers in Ramstein. The armed forces of Ukraine took control over a few peripheral villages, but of course there is no talk of any breakthrough, Nebenzia noted. Western media report, however, that Ukraine has gone on a counteroffensive and the West needs to show its support by supplying more arms to Ukraine. This created the necessary media background for the meeting in Ramstein. Contrary to the values of the military strategy, the Ukrainian side told the world community about the offensive plan to return to lost territory. As far as we can judge, even the leadership of the armed forces of Ukraine was opposed to this madness, but the head of Ukraine, after talking with his American and British counterpart, was adamant, he stressed, as a result of the decision, Ukraine troops suffered losses near Nikolaev, Zaporizhia, and Kharkiv. NATO is manually manipulating Kyiv's actions in the theater of operations, Nebenzia said. He recalled that representative Ukrainian intelligence recognized the influence of Washington on their decisions. In particular, the United States took part in the efforts to coordinate the targets for HIMARS multiple launch rocket systems. According to the diplomat, Ukraine is inundated with Western military instructors, special services, and mercenaries. The arms that the West supplies to Kyiv do not play a decisive role in hostility, but only drag out the conflict. The West will continue supplying more arms to Kyiv, the ambassador said. He also admitted that Ukraine became a site for the disposal of obsolete NATO weapons and a range ground to test new arms systems. Therefore, it would be naive to believe that Washington and London would change their inflammatory rhetoric in the near future, Vasily Nebenzia said. see what this is. Now, I'm still reading the same newspaper, Pravda. It's another story. Ukrainian forces go on strong offensive in Kharkiv region. Said the armed forces of Ukraine tried to attack the position of the Russian army south of the city of Izium in the Kharkiv region. Military correspondent Alexander Kotz reported a few details of what has been happening on the battlefield lately. On his Telegram channel, the correspondent said that on Wednesday, September the 7th, he was told that mercenary infantry fighting on the side of Ukraine, 20 to 30 people without military hardware, tried to attack a Russian company, but the Russian servicemen successfully repulsed the attack, did not give up their position. The power of the mercenary was growing when 18 to 20-year-old guys voluntarily ran out on foot from neighboring positions to meet them. Those people smashed all the attackers to pieces, and they retreated. We had one wounded. He got his skin burnt against a fragment when he was lying down on the ground. Cox wrote and explained that the mercenaries were recognized as such by their foreign speech. On September 8th, it became known that about 8 o'clock in the morning, 6 enemy tanks, more than 10 armored personnel carriers, and other vehicles, as well as about 150 to 200 infantrymen, attacked the soldiers of the Russian armed forces. Say our men fought back in different observation posts, plus our artillery working very well. Bubble with fighters was in the most heated direction. They repulsed the mercenary, but a tank came out to them and started shelling them, the journal said. According to the correspondent, 4 people were killed in the battle. Sergeant Buba, a volunteer from Vologda, had his legs broken in the fight, but he continued to lead the battle to the end. The serviceman ordered the young subordinate to move away and said on the radio, "Goodbye, fellows. Honored to have served with you." Afterwards, the Russian artillery struck the enemy. As one of the wounded later said, Buba blew himself up. The armed forces of Ukraine launched an offensive in the Kharkiv region towards the cities of Balaklia, Izium, and Kupiansk. The forces of the Ukrainian army tried to break into the settlements on the move, but were stopped by units of the Russian National Guard. Ukraine continued the offensive in a detour. The armed forces of Ukraine took control of a part of the road between Balaklia and Kupiansk, having taken the settlement of Volkov Yar. So that's what it, and that was on CNN and on Fox. Now I'm still on the same newspaper problem. Let me go over to the side of the page. Let me see what's over here. see this. No, I was still reading this newspaper. Probably. Now let me go get this other newspaper. Then I'm gonna end my video. What time is it? Oh yeah. Let me see. But okay, tabs, Russian news, ABC. Now I'm still reading this other Russian newspaper, TASS, TASS, the Russian news agency. I was going over some of the titles. Let me see, press release. Mm-hmm. Whoa. It says here, I'm reading from the military operation in Ukraine. Armed forces of Ukraine lose 4,000 people around Kharkiv and Nikolaevo, Krivorog. It said Igor Konashenkov added that more than 200 military personnel and more than 20 pieces of equipment were lost. On September 11th, losses of the armed forces of Ukraine in the Kharkov and Nikolaevo, Krivorog area from September the 6th to 10th amounted to over 4,000 killed and more than 8,000 wounded. Official representative of the Russian Defense Minister, Lieutenant General Igor Konashenkov, said on Sunday, in total, only in these two directions, from September the 6th to September the 10th, the losses of the Kyiv region reached over 4,000 killed and more than 8,000 wounded. Konashenkov said. At the same time, the Russian aerospace force and missile force and artillery strikes the units and reserves of the armed forces of Ukraine in the Kharkov region. As a result, more than 450 enemies were destroyed. He added, force and military equipment of the units of the 14th and 92nd Mechanized Brigades of the armed forces of Ukraine in the area of Starovorokov, Chukiev, and Balskaya were hit, as well as the 113th Brigade of Territorial Defense in the village of Novaya Vodolaga, and the deployment point of foreign mercenaries in the area of the settlement of Klugino, Mashkarovka, and Konashenkov. Said, added that as a result, more than 200 military personnel and more than 20 pieces of equipment were lost. Russian troops have also destroyed the Ukrainian radar station in the Nikolaev region, as well as the warehouses of the armed forces of Ukraine in the Donetsk People's Republic and near Nikolaev. A radar station for detecting and tracking air targets was destroyed in Staraya, Bogdanovka, in the Nikolaev region, Konashenkov said. Well, all right, let me get ready to close this out. And so I'm gonna get ready to end today's video, but like I said, I just read some information. I was reading 2 Russian newspapers, pretty reliable. That's really why I don't put any faith in CNN and Fox. All you have to do, I just read a Russian newspaper. Don't pay any attention to CNN. Don't pay any attention to Fox, cause they were lying. They were lying. And so, but like I said, hey, President Putin did the right thing to stand up for Russia. See, when you're dealing with some money, you should be suspicious. And you know, when it comes to the Ukraine, you know, the Russian military, you know, they strategically and tactically they putting in a good fight. And so the Russian military, you know, they are not letting the weapons that the United States as well as other NATO nations, the weapons that they give the Ukraine, make it as if the Ukraine is gonna win the war, cause they not. And that's a key point. Quite certain Russian military is aware of the capabilities of weapons that the United States and well as other NATO nations are giving to the Ukraine. And so when fighting this war, the Russians always take that in consideration first, the capabilities of the weapons that the Ukrainians are using. And continuing to fight against the Ukrainians. And so eventually, when you hear about all the casualties, eventually, when you had that many casualties, you can shoot a gun and a pistol, and you know, you could throw a grenade, but it's not going to change the outcome. It's not going to change the outcome. And so, at this very stage of this war, it haven't even been a year. And when you had the casualties that the Ukrainians are having, see, this is how you know that in the long run, you ain't going to win. You're not going to win because you ain't going to have any forces to build up a force strong enough for a victory. Like I just read in the newspaper. See, the little things that you do, it ain't gonna get you nowhere. Nowhere. It's not gonna change the outcome. And so, you know, and like I said, also when it comes to Zelensky and his wife, and as well as other, you know, people, some corruption, some, you know, trying to steal money from the treasury. And then trying to hide the money outside of Ukraine, or inside Ukraine, but using outside of the Ukraine. It's going to be motivation for the opposition. It's going to be motivation for the opposition. Corruption. That's the reason why you're in a war. That's the reason why there's so many displaced Ukrainians, so many Ukrainians in the refugee camps, and so many Ukrainians have already been killed because corruption. Because of corruption. Look, I'm going to have to get ready to end today's video. Always remember, there's only one church, the Catholic Church. The Roman Catholic Church, the Eastern Orthodox Catholic Church, the Oriental Orthodox Catholic Church. It's only one church, the Catholic Church. Irregardless of council, don't matter about no council. The Catholic churches, all Catholic churches are working toward unification. All Catholic churches are working toward unification. Don't matter about no council. That's not it. That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. And so you're a Catholic, you're a Christian. You're a Christian, you're a Catholic. Scripture and tradition. Scripture and tradition. And so, like I said, the video that I made, like over the Labor Day weekend, I made the video. I haven't lost it, but some technical, it's nothing that can't be fixed. But I just had a busy week this past weekend. I ain't really just getting into it. But I'm gonna get that video looked at, and then of course the video I'm doing now. Then next time I have an opportunity to make my video, of course I'm gonna make my video. And so again, my name is Eric D. Johnson, also known as BrightShine, right here in the city of Memphis and the county of state of Tennessee. Thank all my family, my support for your continued care and support. I always put God first. Thank all my family, my support for your continued care and support. Until next time, take care of yourself. Wish each and one of your very best. And also remember, don't let that demiurge nonsense influence you or persuade you or sway you. There's no such thing as the material world being evil. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as this so-called Gnostic man. The Catholic Church already refuted Gnosticism in the first century. All that rejecting knowledge and saying that as well as anything else is esoteric or Western esoteric or Western mystery tradition or even exotericism. So forget all that Western esotericism and all that Western mystery tradition nonsense, because it's a lie. That's what that is. It's a lie. And so the bishop and the deacon, first of all, the bishop and the deacon are not ignorant, and the bishop and the deacon, they're not stupid. So you take care of yourself, and like I said, I'm gonna get my other video fixed, and take care of yourself. I wish each and every one of you the very best.
Mm-hmm.